morning. My name is Charlotte. This is the Freshwaterfibers Knitting and Sewing Podcast, episode 5, I think. 4 or 5. I have just a little bit of time this morning, and I have lots of things to tell you about and to show. And I'm a little later than I would like to record this next podcast because of this. Yes, dog number 4 is a Labrador puppy, black lab puppy. Her name is Storm, and her oldest sister, our yellow lab, who was absolutely bored to death because no one would play with her and desperately needed a playmate. Her name is Sky, and so we're looking forward to, oh, here's Clark. Hi, Clarky. We are looking forward to when the neighbors show up for the summer, and we're going to go outside and yell the dogs to come in the house, and it'll be Sky, Storm. The neighbors are going to be, I don't see a storm. What are they talking about? Again, excuse my cough. I still have my cough. Going through a number of scans and tests trying to figure out the problem. But anyway. Okay, this is going to be all knitting today. I don't have any sewing to show you. I do have a project down that I have started sewing. I did not show this pattern before, but I did tell you about it. This is Liesl & Co., Liesl & Company Classic Shirt. So this is what I have going downstairs right now. Actually, it's almost that same color fabric, but next podcast I will be able to show that to you finished. I'll be able to wear it. So let's see. Finished objects. I have one, and as you know, I talked previously about not liking to have projects going for too long because I constantly think about them. And so after I finished my Veronica cardie, which was, I interrupted this project to make that, and my husband's hat, and the Stephen West Speckle and Pop shawl. So this one has been on the burner for a while, but I finished Joji Locatelli's Starting Point. The Starting Point shawl. It is long, it is so pretty, but again, I am not doing another fingering weight shawl this year. I left the hole in the middle. She had talked about in her pattern about tightening that up, but I left it there. So here we are. I have previously talked about what yarns I used. The variegated here is Yarn Cafe Creations. This was from a fiber swap from a fabulous partner in Australia. This is Dingo Dye Works. This is Hedgehog Fibers. This is Miss Babs. Yes, Miss Babs. This one. Yes, this is Miss Babs. This one, I believe, is Primrose yarn. So I like it a lot. Turned out very well. This side was the first side that I did, And then I was probably up to the Yarn Cafe Creations on the second side when I stopped to make all the other projects that I made. And when I came back to it, if you recall, after I tried to run the marathon and failed to complete the Stephen West shawl in time, I really did a number on my hands. I'm right-handed, so it was my left hand that really had a number on it. So then when I came back and it was still hurting a little bit, not as bad, it was getting better. When I came back to this shawl and my gauge was really loose, but now that I've blocked it, you really can't notice too much. The lace pattern, this is the second side. It is looser. You can see the lace is a lot bigger than it is on this side. I almost wondered if I had somehow changed needles on myself because it was so much bigger and so different. But now that it's blocked, you really can't tell. And then by the time I got the finishing, the set-in triangles, everything was getting back to my usual style and gauge. So and I even wore this. Of course, you're not going to be able to see it once I put the shawl on, but here we go. I wore this top so that it would match the shawl, and of course I have to leave soon, so I don't have a fire in the fireplace. It's snowing. We're getting some March snow. I don't know, it's actually pretty nice out for winter. It is March in northern Michigan. We should be getting snow and cold weather still. So but yeah, here we go. So I'm very pleased to have this done. I only have 2 more projects on the hook and needle, if you will. This one I have not shown before. The other one I have shown before. It's the Arne and Carlos Flower Garden crochet blanket. That one is just sitting there for when I feel like doing something different. So this is, again, I love Arne and Carlos. I've learned so much from them. I started this blanket out of leftover, I thought it was Barocco, but lots of people pronounce it Barocco, so my husband's cookie is in here. This has been the bag I've taken to volleyball tournaments, so there's all kinds of interesting things in here. A Cliff Bar. Anybody want a Cliff Bar? How about some Mucinex? What's in your knitting bag? Okay, so this guy I started 3 years ago, and right when I first started knitting, and I had crocheted a blanket. So I had all this leftover yarn, all these balls of yarn, and so, excuse me, my cough, all these balls of yarn, and so I thought, hey, I will start this scrappy blanket that Arne and Carlos had in their book, Knit and Crochet Garden, I think it's called. So this was meant to practice my knit stitch because I had just started, and use up all of my extra yarn in this, and it's all Barocco. Vintage is and it's worsted weight. I don't have a label on any of these. Barocco, vintage, I believe it's wool and acrylic. I think there's acrylic in it. But so I had all these lovely colors left over. Maybe I'll just set some over here. But then you can't see Clark. Orange, all these great colors. Anyway, so this is the blanket, garter stitch, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So this has become my baseball and softball project because obviously garter stitch, there's absolutely nothing to follow, nothing to keep track of. So you can look up, watch your kid hit the ball, yay, watch him run the bases, and then go back to knitting. And you haven't missed anything. So that's why 3 years later, but because all of my other projects are off the needles and I really want to get into color work, obviously that's not something you can watch a sporting event, at least I can't, and work on. So I got this puppy back out, and this has been traveling now to volleyball games. But the idea is that you don't even look when you run out of a color. You fish around. If you watch their video on this blanket, Arnie and Carlos are wonderful. They've got all kinds of videos on their blog, and they talk about this. They talk about how to knit, how to crochet, color work, all these different things, their garden. And so, yeah. At first, at the bottom, I was actually counting rows and making sure I had exact rows. I had to get over that. So now it's just knit, just pick a color. And if you know, some of these balls are pretty large, so if I get tired of that color, all right, let's do something else. So anyway, this is the current project on the needles. It was the only one until I have one is done. I think, I don't know if I showed the pattern, but I probably talked about how that I want to do the Selbu mittens. So I bought the entire pattern. There's a set of 5 or 6 patterns. The Selbu Mitten Club, I think it's called. So I decided to start with this one. And it has not been blocked yet. It has not been washed yet. It is soaked, blocked, nothing. The ends still need to be woven in. Also keep in mind, this is my very first color work. So there are obvious tension issues, which I don't know if they will come out when I soak them or not. But here we go. My first mitten. Yay! I love it. I love it. I absolutely am hooked. I absolutely love color work. I am 3/4 of the way through the second mitten. This yarn, which I don't believe I've shown before, is also from a swap. This is from a lovely swap partner in Norway. And it is from my new knitting friend. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Iselin Mathilde. She sent me all of this great Norwegian yarn, and of course it's not in English, so I have no idea what weight it is. I am thinking, so she sent me this lovely purple, this darker gray, and this lighter gray that I'm using. They're a little bit different. So here's this one. And then of course the berry color that I'm using in the mitts. The pattern calls for DK. Yeah, I probably should have held this double, which is probably part of my issue, is that I went up a needle size, but this yarn is not quite DK, I don't think. And I almost wonder if the pink is finer than the gray. So that's one reason why some of the pink disappears. We'll go with that, right? It's the yarn. But this is 100% wool. It's fabulous when I put the mitten on. It's nice and warm. I do have larger hands, so I was worried about how narrow they are because my yarn is thinner, even though I'm using larger needles. But, and again, they haven't been washed, they haven't been blocked. I do have an issue at the thumb here, some holes. Tighten those up. I don't know if after I soak them, if the gauge eases itself together or what, but I'm so excited. I can't wait to start another pair. So excited. And yeah, so, and I'm using DPNs. I did order the magic loop with, it's not Laura Lee Beltman. I don't know, on Craftsy, there is a magic loop class. I bought that and I've watched it a couple of times, intending to do magic loop for socks, and of course you could do magic loop for these things also. But I don't know, I'm a DPN girl, I think. So these are fabulous. I love them. I love how long the cuff is. I hate drafts, which I've talked about before, even on my wrists if you're outside and it's freezing cold out. So I'm excited. I love the color work. I will be doing more mittens. And I want to do a sweater. And she also gave me navy. So the next pair, I don't know. I've got a second ball of this, so I might do, I don't know. I don't know if I can get away with a mitten that has all three of those in there or not. I don't know, but so that is my current project going. Here, I'll just set this all aside here. I love it. I'm hooked on color work. I love it. Oh, look. I can wear this. So I have a tremendous thing to tell you about at the end here, but I'm traveling with my friend Geraldine, who really does exist. Let's do, people call it acquisitions, gifts, whichever. So new things to show you. We're not stash diving today. These are new things. I participated again in the most recent round of the Fiber Share. If you're not familiar with Fiber Share, you can look that up online. Some fabulous ladies, a fabulous lady, I'm not sure if it's one or two, decided to create this group where you can choose to have a partner either local in your country or domestic or international. And of course, some people, usually it's for shipping, because holy cow, shipping my packages has cost almost as much as the package. However, I've chosen international because I love to meet people anywhere when it comes to yarn especially. So, but I just love the international. I love hearing about where people are from and what are they proud of in their area. And so you receive a partner that you are sending to, a different partner sends to you. That way they don't have to worry whether even or odd numbers sign up. So the person you send to is different from the person that you receive from. So I sent a package to a new knitting friend, and this is fabulous because I'm keeping in touch with these people. From Denmark, from Norway, now from the Netherlands, and this partner that sent to me is from Canada, Alberta, Canada. So she sent me some lovely things. Jenny, she has Woolly Jenny. Her podcast is Woolly Jenny, and she also is a yarn dyer. And she sent me her yarn. And her company is called Boss Lady. Boss Lady Yarn Company. She sent me, this is her yarn, she dyed this. I'm normally not a green person. I own one green shirt. However, this shade of green is fabulous. If I was going to get green, this would be the shade of green I would like. So that is amazing. Director's Decay is what she calls it. And she sent this fabulous neutral with it. So thank you. I'm very excited. And then she also sent a little mini. This is a 10 gram mini, which I don't know that is enough for heels and toes. However, it will go into something. And, you know, after these socks and my other fingering weight projects, there's, you know, I'm getting the bits of yarn left over, and I'm definitely going to be crocheting the scrappy scrappy blanket. I don't know what the crocheted one is called. Grandma's, I don't know. It's the crochet blanket that everybody's doing with all their leftover yarn. I'll be starting one of those, but I kind of feel like before I start that, I should finish the flower garden crochet blanket. We'll see. Okay, so she sent me this fabulous yarn, and oh, I don't know if I printed it. I already know what pattern I'm going to do with it. No, I didn't print it yet. I don't know if I can show you my iPad. I was watching the Camabornia podcast. And beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Pia and Dennis, they are Swedish, so the podcast is in Swedish. However, they do provide captions in English if you need them, which I do. And, okay. And she, on one of her recent, I'm behind on episodes, so I don't know what episode it was. It's from a year ago, I think. Before they even moved to Gotland, so they haven't even moved yet, if you follow along with them. And she had a pair of mittens on the table during their, I'm looking it up on my iPad if you wonder what I'm doing. And I just fell in love with them. And she had them in green. So I noticed those before I received this fabulous, but look. Those, hello. Yes, I'm going to make these with the bird, with her fabulous yarn. However, the pattern, okay, so these are Songbird Mittens by Erica Heuser, Heusser. But the pattern on Ravelry is Songbird Mittens. And the pattern calls for fingering. This is DK. So I think I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try the same needle size and the DK yarn, and I will see what happens. These mittens, and of course my yarn is too narrow, so they're a little tighter. I could use some room on these. These could be bigger. So I'm wondering, I'm going to try it, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to try, what time is it? 9 o'clock. I don't have enough time. I'm going to have to do this in 2 parts. I have to be at the food pantry to volunteer at 9:30. So I'm going to use the needle size it requires here, which is 2.75 millimeter. Maybe I'll go to 3. I don't know. But I'm going to use the DK, and we'll see what happens. Thank you. Oh, and so that was the yarn she sent. She sent some fabulous chocolate made in Alberta. Made in Edmonton, Alberta, the Violet Chocolate Company. So this one is Mint Stracciatella, and this one is Violet. So I'm intrigued by Violet chocolate. She sent some fabulous tea, peppermint and green hand-blended loose leaf tea. This is also from Alberta. I love tea. I drink that every day. Ah, I left my coffee in the kitchen. And she sent some fabulous soap. Alberta crafted soap, lemongrass and coconut milk. That's made in Canada. I love homemade soap. My friend Gerald and I think I mentioned, also make soap, so I love handcrafted soap. Cute, cute little zipper pouch. True North, strong and free. Oh, Canada. And I do have to say, my dear neighbors, Canadians, I love your national anthem. It's beautiful. And just a beautiful, beautiful national anthem. And I'm familiar with your national anthem because living in Michigan, we are fans of the Detroit Red Wing hockey team, which is one of the original 8 hockey teams when hockey first got started. And whenever we play a home game against a Canadian hockey team, we sing the American national anthem as well as the Canadian national anthem. So I've heard your national anthem many, many times, and it is just beautiful. So, and if you don't know, I live in the state of Michigan, and Canada is right to the north, right up there. and also to the south, right across the bridge from Canada. So, I'm sorry, yeah, Detroit is right across the bridge from Canada. Toronto is in that direction. To my north is Sault Ste. Marie, Canada, which is about 2.5 hours away. So, we are friendly neighbors with Canada. And she made me a project bag. Isn't this darling? Nice and cheery and bright. Perfect for socks. Maybe my mitts would fit in here, I'm not sure. And a little zippered pouch to match. Has a nice white, nice pleated bottom, flat box bottom. Very pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that. And a nice pull on the zipper here. And she sent some of those colorful stitch markers and a progress keeper, which is the cutest thing. It has the, there we go, the women's bathroom symbol. So, Jenny, Woolly Jenny, Boss Lady Yarn Company, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you're interested in meeting people and swapping yarns and goodies from where you live with anybody, either in your country or internationally, FiberShare. Just sign up for their Instagram, and they give announcements prior to the next sign up. So you can sign up for that. We'll do another package, and I'm missing part of this package, the little TAILORESS. She is in England. Can't tell you where. Not London, outside of London. She is a sewer and a knitter. I believe she crochets also. So a lot of similar interests. I would love to hang out with her because I think we would talk nonstop all day about crafting that we do. The sewing, the garment sewing, the knitting, the crocheting. Now she's getting into dyeing. And so I signed up for her 3-month, the Waitress movie. So I don't know if that's an English movie. I haven't looked it up. I'm not familiar with the movie. But her theme is she's doing 3 months based on the Waitress movie. And so this was it's already out. She's got it. It's all over social media. This was the first set. This is called, Marshmallow Pie. It doesn't say it on the tag, but it was called Marshmallow Pie. And this is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, fingering weight, high twist. 100 grams, 400 meters. And the little mini here, 20 gram mini. So just, maybe if I go this way. There we go. Just darling. And these are, I mean, I knew just given her aesthetic and her house and what she wears and what she works with, her yarns, I knew that it would be pastel and sweet, which is, I mean, I go for deep colors, so I thought I would love some of her pastel sweetness here. And then it came with this darling progress keeper. It's a cork stopper jar with mini marshmallows. Isn't that cute? And then I can't find it anywhere. I looked for 5 minutes. I don't know if the dogs ate it. I have no idea where it is. But it also came with Sky. Here's Sky. It also came with a one of those cone-shaped crinkly clear bags full of marshmallows, these same colored marshmallows that you're all familiar with. The yellow, the pink, the green pastel marshmallows, the mini ones. Can't find it. So yeah, this was Little TAILORESS. This was the February club, I believe. And there should be 2 more, March and April. So, darling. Darling, darling. Okay, there's one more thing I have to tell you about before I go. Got 10 more minutes. Food pantry's 8 minutes away, so I'm good. We, Geraldine and I, as you know, are Roberta Ray Fibers. Hi, Sky. Yeah, isn't she cute? We are Roberta Ray Fibers. We've been dyeing yarn for just over a year now, and we met Jean Story, who is Mitten Designs, at a fiber show. She was the booth right behind us, so we got to know her and became friends with her, and we decided to do a collaboration together. So, this is the first time we have shown this. We've shown teaser black and white photos, but now we are ready to show the entire project. So, Spring Awakening. We are so excited. These will be for sale, available for purchase next week, Thursday, March 15th, on Jean's Etsy store. So you need to go to Mitten Designs on Etsy. You get this fabulous bag made by Jean. And again, the collaboration is called Spring Awakening. And this is inspired by the Michigan apple blossoms that we will be seeing so very soon. So here we go. Mitten Designs. You need to go to her Etsy store March 15th, Thursday, March 15th. A fabulous handle. This is a perfect size for one. You could get 2 balls of yarn in here. Jean is well known for her pockets, clear pockets in the front. I've shown you her bag before. This is the one I purchased. And so this is her large bag. It doesn't have the separate pocket in the front, but she uses the clear here. So this is one of her bags. So this is our bag. And she has a beautiful pink lining in the middle. Again, the box pleat on the bottom, so it will stand up. And also, Lisa Attic Designs. She is on Ravelry as Mom, M-O-M, 2, the number 2, B-S-A. So Mom 2 B-S-A is Lisa Attic. She is a yarn dyer and also designed a stitch pattern. So, here's the stitch pattern. You can, there's not a finished project, but there's a stitch pattern that you can use for this. Oh, well, I'll just put that down so I don't completely show the pattern. And then Geraldine and I dyed the yarn. This is part of our Roberta Ray Michigan line. This is available now only with the collaboration kit. However, later on this fall, maybe next spring, I'm not sure when, we will be able to offer this in our store. However, for now, it is available just with the collaboration kit. This yarn we are so excited about is merino, 60% merino from a farm. The merino is from sheep that live on a farm in Bel Air, Michigan. Our Roberta Ray line of yarn features 100% Michigan product. The sheep live in Michigan, are wonderfully taken care of by the farmers, and we buy the fleece direct from the farmer, and the yarn is custom for us, spun for us at Stonehenge Fiber Mill here in East Jordan where I live. She made the yarn for us. It's a family-run fiber mill. very popular in Michigan. I haven't been to a yarn store yet in Michigan that does not carry Stonehenge yarn. And then it has 15% alpaca. Now these numbers aren't, I'm going off the top of my head, those numbers aren't going to match up. 25% alpaca, and the rest is nylon. Merino, alpaca, and nylon. It's a heavy fingering weight, 288 yards. Oh, it is so soft, so soft. But we did our best to go with the apple blossoms. So again, this is a kit. There are limited kits available. Limited kits available. March 15th. This is our first collaboration for Roberta Ray Fibers. We are very, very excited. Please let us know what you think. But here you go. Roberta Ray Fibers and Mitten Designs. Our first collaboration. And I have a trip coming up with Geraldine. Today is Thursday, March 8th. This time next week, Geraldine and I will be at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Yes! Geraldine and I are going to Scotland. We're going to the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. We are so stinking excited. I can't tell you how excited we are. I have already started a notebook. This fabulous, I always thought it was moleskin, but there's an E on the end. Is it moleskine? Notebooks. This will fit in my camera bag. I've already started a list of projects I'm going to make. So this is my sweater page, mittens, socks, and then these are all the European yarn dyers I want to make sure that I visit, because I know if I don't do this, we're going to be so overwhelmed. We have tickets to pretty much all the events. We are going to be so overwhelmed that I will completely forget who I wanted to see ahead of time. So I've already written things down. So with our yarn, while traveling, I'm going to have our bag. I'm going to have this yarn. And I decided, because of this, oh, it's so pretty, I'm going to make the After Midnight Mitts with our yarn. This, I believe I got off of Webs. I believe this is in the Webs catalog. Pattern for personal use, Ravelry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw this in the Webs catalog. So these mitts in this yarn. So this is one of my travel projects. So we'll just put that puppy right there. Let's see, these will be done. So I'm gonna wear these, and I thought if I wear this, and I have a charcoal light jacket that I'm gonna wear, so I'll have this, and my mitts, because my fingers get cold. I'm so color coordinated. Isn't that nice? So predictable. So I will have that. I also am going to take socks. Oh, I showed you this before, Valkyrie Fibers. This was a Halloween mystery. I've shown you this on a previous episode, but I have divided this up. I've got the same color starting on each end. So I'm going to just do some vanilla stripy socks. And then I had already, oh, I do have that pattern printed out. I had already told you that the Handmade Sock Society, Curious Handmade Sock Society I'd signed up for. The first installment, Winter Rose Socks. I know it's black and white, so you can't really see it. But I decided I'm going to make those out of green. Hey, it's green. But I just love this, and I'm not doing a finger weight shawl, but I want to use this yarn. Primrose Yarn Company. Luscious Sock 4-ply fingering, 80/20 superwash merino. nylon, what's the color? Acid. So I'm going to do winter rose acid socks. Yeah. Winter rose acid. So those are my travel projects. And then while I'm there, I'm going to get yarn for Kate Davies Designs Carbeth cardigan. I'm going to get some Scottish wool to make the Carbeth cardigan. And Isabel Kramer just had a post on Instagram where she made hers longer. This one is cropped. She made hers longer. I'm going to make the longer one. So here it is in the back. Kate Davies Designs. She's going to be there. Maybe I'll meet her. So I'm going to get yarn for that. And again, I told you I want to do a colorwork sweater. I am expecting to find patterns while there that I will get for that. Blacker yarns, definitely going to get something there. I've saved a ton of colorwork mittens on Ravelry. Plus I have the Selbu Mitten Club. I want to get yarn. I want to get the real deal British, Shetland, Scottish wool for those. We are just so excited. Oh my gosh, I've got to go. But we arrive Wednesday the 14th, my birthday. So at 6:30 in the morning, so assuming we land on time, I get to have birthday breakfast in Edinburgh next Wednesday the 14th. Really? We have all day Wednesday to stay awake. I told Geraldine, we're just going to keep moving. Don't sit down because you fall asleep. So we're going to walk all day. Then we have all day Thursday. We have a tour booked for the Royal Mile and Edinburgh Castle that I want for Sunday morning, but I want to move that to Thursday morning. Thursday night we have tickets to a knit night for the festival. Friday and Saturday we have tickets to get into the festival all day long. I just can't even. And we already have people to meet. My partner that I sent to this round from the Netherlands, and I don't know if I'm not going to say her name right, Lieke, L-I-E-K-E. But I will find out. I will learn her name next week. And she's throwing a party at a restaurant Friday night, so we're going to go to her party Friday night. Then all day Saturday at the festival. We are free Saturday night. Then Sunday, we currently have the tour, but we want to move that to Thursday morning. And then we have tickets to their after festival kind of get together. And then we're free Sunday night, all day Monday, all day Tuesday. So we have travel plans. I would love to go west of Edinburgh to the Isle of Islay, and I've looked it up by train. It's roughly 4 hours, which is kind of a haul to do in one day, and there's a ferry involved in all of this. So we're kind of thinking maybe Sunday, take off from Edinburgh, head west, stay the night out there, and explore the island all day. Monday, come back, stay Monday night in Edinburgh, and then Tuesday all day. I would love to see St. Andrew's Cathedral, go east, and maybe Inverness, so there's a triangle, Edinburgh, this way, Edinburgh, St. Andrews on the coast, Inverness up north, and then back down. I mean, gosh, we're going to pack it in. We're going to see as much as we can see. We're so excited. So, needless to say, we are going to be doing live videos. We're going to be doing videos. I now have a producer for my podcast. My daughter Evelyn had so much fun helping me make the last video that she wants to edit my videos and be my producer. So I said, cool, I'm going to be sending all kinds of stuff to you. So we're official now. I have a producer for the podcast, but we will be making videos there. I'm hoping to see Tracy from the Grocery Girls. She's going to be there. Espas Tricot Gals, Melissa and Lisa. My friends from my international swaps. Stephen West is going to be there. Penelope with Stephen and Penelope, that booth. Of course, I'm going to be wearing my Speckle and Pop shawl. So what if I had a picture taken with Stephen West? So, oh my gosh, trip of a lifetime. We're so excited. My husband's like, have fun. But he's going snowmobiling and I'm like, have fun. Okay, I have to go. I have to go to the food pantry. I'm going to be late. It opens in 5 minutes. But thank you. Thank you for watching. I think I have all of 26 subscribers after 4 months. So, you know, if you're watching me, hey, give me a little ego boost there and hit subscribe. Maybe somebody, you know, everybody has gained popularity by getting that one mention on another podcast. So if you're a podcaster, spread the love. This is a heck of a lot of fun, as you know, if you're a podcaster. And there you go. So here, Evelyn now has some video to edit, and we'll see you later from Edinburgh.